Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Tonia Moore here, IFBB pro bodybuilder, retired bodybuilder, and Crohn's disease survivor. So, if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I appreciate you. And if you are new to my channel, welcome to you too, and I appreciate you too. So thank you for stopping by to check out this video. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my secret, my experience, my special formula that I've come up with to help me with my Crohn's disease, which includes oregano oil. It's by using oregano oil. So I've discovered my own little concoction, my own little formula, and I'm going to almost pretty much guarantee or promise or stand firm in the fact that probably no one else is making this little concoction that I've come up with that has totally helped me and get me into remission and eradicate my symptoms. I've been dealing with my Crohn's disease symptoms since actually the tail end of 2017. All of 2018, I've been battling with my symptoms. They were not debilitating where they totally took me out like the previous times when I've relapsed, but I've had some really annoying nagging symptoms that just would not go away. And it wasn't until I implemented this little formula, and then of course, I won't say of course, but then lo and behold, my symptoms finally went away. And for me, it brought me a peace of mind, and it was just a huge, huge difference and made a big deal for me. So if you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, inflammatory bowel disease, which that is what that is, or maybe IBS, or some type of other symptom, illness or ailment that has to do with your immune system, digestion, your gut, maybe you're a female that has battles with yeast infections, candida, things like that. This is the secret. So let's get into it. I'm going to share with you how I put this together, and then I'll explain afterwards the ingredients or why I came up with this. All right, let's get into it. So here are the main ingredients that you will be needing. Empty gelatin capsules, oregano oil, DMSO, and liquid coconut oil or olive oil. Okay, so now let's get into my little concoction here. All right, so you saw the ingredients: oregano oil, DMSO, and I have here coconut oil, liquid coconut oil, and empty capsules. So I was going to show you the finished product already finished, but because of the ingredients, especially the DMSO, you can't pre-make these. You have to make it as you're taking it. So this ain't like, oh, well, let me just make like 5 capsules or be ahead of the game or whatever. This is a daily thing. So you have to make it on the spot that you're going to take and ingest the capsule, okay? So, because what happens is the DMSO will actually burn a hole through the capsule and you'll have a mess. So, here's what I do. So, I'm going to write the instructions down in the description box, but I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. All right, so you got your package of empty gelatin capsules, and what you got to do is pull it apart, right? Because it's an empty capsule. Pull the capsule apart. You set the lid part, the tiny part, that one, just set it down because you're going to use the big end of it, right? So what I do is I take my oregano oil. I have here the Garden of Life oregano oil. So what I do is go in there, got my dropper, right? And I put like 10 to 12 capsules. 10 to 12 drops into the capsule. So here we go. My eyes are bad, so if it looks like I'm struggling, it's because I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 drops. There's still some oregano oil left in here, so what I do is I squirt it back into the bottle because I'm going to use this dropper again, right? So I just make sure it's kind of like just all out of there. Put it back into the bottle. And then, yeah, make sure you hold this so I look like a crazy person. I take my bottle. I'm all kind of down at the bottom, so I got to tilt this thing. And be careful. I'm sure you can find a simpler way to do this, but this is how I've been doing mine. I take the dropper, get some coconut oil into my dropper, and then I'll put some drops in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 drops of coconut oil, liquid coconut oil, or you can use olive oil. The reason being is it's a carrier oil. So if you were to take this straight under your tongue, you can do it under your tongue too. You can do the drops of oregano oil, but you always got to cut it with a carrier oil. Even the ones that already come with like made with oregano oil, it's still pretty harsh. So I still cut it and add a carrier oil because oregano oil is considered a hot oil. It will burn, okay? So there I got, see, I don't know if you can see, but like we're almost filled up to the top. And then I take the DMSO, right? And I put about 4 drops in there. You can put like 2 to 4 drops, whatever fits in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, all done. So it's filled. Put the top back on. Kind of shake it a little bit. And I drink it with my Kangen water. I want to make sure it gets down. All right, so also one thing, I'm really big on my Kangen water. And I drink it with the Kangen water. And in case you guys don't know that the Kangen water will increase the effectiveness by about 10% most of your supplements. So anything that you want good in your body, your vitamins, your protein, your supplements, anything like that, you drink it with a Kangen water and it enhances the effects of it by like 10 times. That's why I only drink Kangen water. And also, it hits every cell of the body within 10 minutes, and it hits your brain cells within like 30 seconds. So that is part of my secret. That's a big, huge secret, only because it does get into all your cells, and this water is microclustered, in which will carry it into your cells. So this little concoction here is like the floodgates to getting all the benefits to your cells. Now, let me tell you why this concoction and why it's helped me. One, if you look up and just Google, gotta do your own research too. So don't take all my word for it, but this is my testimony, my experience, okay? And I don't claim as anything to be a cure, but if you are dealing with issues, definitely listen to your doctor, do what your doctor says, and then in conjunction with that, I'm always about looking for the alternative natural healing. So I'm always doing research and trying to find what works to keep me off the medications and off the drug treatments that my doctor puts me on. Okay, so oregano oil, definitely look it up. Has tons of benefits. So it helps with inflammation. It helps with colds and flus. So if you're having cold season, you're catching colds and stuff like that in your household, like this is something you want to keep in your house. Um, what else? It helps with, it's anti-parasitic. So I know it sounds gross, but I'm going to guarantee, I'm going to almost want to say that probably majority of the people are walking around with parasites in their intestinal tract because the food that we eat, and if your diet isn't totally clean and you're eating meats and stuff like that, you probably have parasites in your tummy. This is going to help kill it. It helps kill fungus and yeast, candida, which I think was a contributor to why my symptoms were hanging on, why I was still dealing with symptoms. I believe I had the candida in my gut, and it was causing other things to happen in my body and my symptoms to not go away. So definitely just do some research on the oregano oil. All right, so DMSO, okay. I'm an old school bodybuilder, and not many people know about DMSO. And it seems to be coming up a little bit more when I do like natural healing research for stuff. So this I got through a company, but you can find it on Amazon or Horse Feed Place. You cannot find this in a regular store. So when I say the reason why I go back to the old bodybuilding thing is because back in the 90s, I was using DMSO. We was using it for bodybuilding purposes. The thing about DMSO is it's sold as a solvent. So this is the one thing that will pull anything that you like, say topical. So this is what we used it for, our topical fat burner. So y'all be putting like fat burners and sweet sweat and things like that. Well, just know that it only sits on top of your skin. It only goes so far. DMSO pulls it past through the epidermis and actually is a transporter and will transport it through. So my secret back then was mixing the DMSO with my fat burning topical concoction. And then I would put on my neoprene belt and then do my cardio. So that's how we did it back in the 90s. And then later, I also kind of included that into some of my clients, like topical fat burning formula. And also, if you have, let's say you don't want to take, say, ibuprofen or something, maybe you're having some type of pain, maybe in your knees swollen or something like that. And if you happen to be the type of person you're always taking those things, it will do damage on your liver and the insides. It's not healthy to be on ibuprofen and painkillers and things like that. So at any time, what you can do is you take the DMSO, say you take an ibuprofen, you want to crush it up into a powder form. You take the DMSO, mix it with your crushed up powder form now of ibuprofen, and just mix it. You gotta just kind of use your own judgment enough to where you can actually maybe put like if you want to make it like some Vaseline in there just to like make it help carry it and goopy and stick. But then you put it on the topical area. So maybe your elbows feels jacked up or something. Maybe you got some kind of tennis elbow and you keep dealing with maybe some type of inflammation. Crush up that ibuprofen, use some DMSO, and mix it with maybe a carrier or something to help, a binder to help keep it together. I would say maybe like Vaseline. And then just make a little rub and rub it on that area. It's going to pull it through into the muscle, into the area, without you having to ingest it and letting it go through your liver and all that stuff and jacking you up on the inside. So that's the secret. And then again, like I said, you need a carrier oil. Normally, if you're going to say do your oregano oil under your tongue or whatever, So I still put this into the capsule as a carrier, just in case. This is my just in case. So that is my concoction. Um, so let me just kind of give you how I've come up with how this has helped me. Is my last infusion treatment was January 2nd of this year, and I was still dealing with my symptoms. And then later, I want to say I'm off on a little bit on my timeline, but I think in March or so. So if you guys have been following me, you know that I've been dealing with dental issues. I even have videos where I had a GoFundMe to raise some money because this has been costing me money. I have no teeth on the bottom, so throughout the years of dealing with Crohn's disease has caused major dental issues with my bone health and my teeth health. So I have no teeth down here. I ended up having to get these last two that I had down here extracted. And so I ended up with like a tooth infection just right before I was about to get these extracted. I'm like, just hang in there. Just like, I was like talking to my teeth, like, don't give me no trouble until I go into my appointment and have them pulled out, right? But lo and behold, I ended up with a major tooth infection from both teeth, mainly from the one that was right here, and made my whole face swell up. So I was all swollen up. And of course, desperate times call for desperate measures. And I'm always looking and searching. And I'm like, oh my God, like, how do I help fix this without taking antibiotics? Because antibiotics are not really too good for Crohn's disease. Okay. So, and I don't want to take antibiotics because then it will jack up your intestinal gut flora. So, I just kept doing research. I mentioned at one point on my Facebook about black seed oil. So when I mentioned about black seed oil, someone threw me a suggestion. Hey, check out oregano oil. So I did. And I started researching it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I started gargling with the oregano oil, putting the oregano oil with the DMSO and the coconut oil. I was making me just a little, a swoosh, a mix to swoosh in my mouth and let it hold in there and sit in there. And then I would spit it out. And then I was also ingesting it like under my tongue. So I was getting it on the inside and letting it sit on my infected area. Like immediately, I felt the infection starting to break up. I felt like, so if you guys ever go to the dentist and you get injected with all that stuff that be numbing you up, and then you can't feel your whole mouth for a while, and your tongue and your teeth and your lips, right? And then like after you're done in an hour or so, the feeling starts coming back and you feel that little weird tingly feeling. Well, that's what it did in regards to my tooth infection. Like soon as I started doing that, like I started feeling it break up and it went down. So I was like, that was a miracle to me. So I stayed doing stayed doing the oregano oil, and I decided, let me make some capsules. Let me get it in that way. And that's when I started doing the capsules. And then after about 3 weeks, about 3 weeks or so of doing my oregano oil concoction, my symptoms were going away. And this is like a big, it's part of a milestone for me in a sense. Is like a big, it's like a celebration thing for me because it was getting to the point where I was becoming depressed and very frustrated. You guys might not see that, but it was becoming very depressing and upsetting and frustrating that these symptoms would not go away. So now I'm free. I am so free. And so this is why I'm sharing this with you guys. And I hope that you guys give it a try. Whether you have Crohn's disease or not, whether you have any type of health issues or not, this right here is just should be a staple in your regimen to do. You can also take a break, so you can do this like for like 4 weeks and maybe take a week off, but it won't hurt you to make this a new part of your lifestyle. I am like, people around me all know, like, now my answer is oregano oil. Like, I have clients and people that come to me with like questions and situations and, you know, ask me health things, right? Health questions and advice and stuff like that, or they have issues and problems. And oregano oil's been my answer. I'm like, sounds like you need oregano oil. Get some oregano oil. Oh, you got vertigo? Oregano oil. Tooth infection? Oregano oil. Candida? Oregano oil. You have inflammation issues? Oregano oil. But my concoction here will get it into the system and into all the cells. Along with, if you want to invest in getting a Kangen water machine, like what I have, then right there, then that will even punch it up 10 times more. So I'm going to leave the links to all the ingredients down in the description box. You can find it all on Amazon. If you can find it cheaper somewhere else, cool. But I'll just give you the quick links that you can find it on Amazon. That way you ain't got to look all over. Just click on them, take you right to the ingredient, the product, and there you have it. And if you guys do it and you try it out, please give me some feedback. I love to hear your story, your testimony, on how it helped, if it helped you, or if you have stories also about oregano oil. But I'm gonna bet the farm that I don't have, but I'm gonna bet my little dog Lucy that no one has this concoction. No one has this formula. No one's come up with this formula. So this is the Tonia Moore oregano oil formula. All right. And then I'll also leave a link if you're interested. You'll have the link to the Kangen water. You can watch the demo and find out more about what it does. If not, that's cool. But just know that I've not bought bottled water since 2013. So I don't know how much you guys spend on water. Might want to calculate that, because in the end, never buying bottled water again and being in control of the water that you drink is priceless. Machine pays it back. The investment gets paid back 10 times over. So anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helps. If it does, be sure to like the video and share it with someone you think that this may help them out. And I hope it does. And also, you know, get a chance, subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to try and put up some more stuff. All right? Peace. Thank you.